Today I want to talk about Aaron Love because I'm sick of people being mean about my man Aaron Love. He's driving for the worst team. He did make a few mistakes, but he has not been anywhere near as bad as people seem to think that he is. Obviously, you had the crash at the first round at Bathurst, and then you had the incident with Jaxon Evans at Tasmania. But that was a bit of a return serve because Aaron was actually run off the road by Jaxon Evans in the first race at Tassie. He did have the crash with Evans, where he survived, but Evans did not. A 5-second penalty for safety car breach at Darwin in the second race. The first race at Adelaide, he didn't back out going into turn 8 in the first race, which is the one that he qualified in the 6th in top 10 shootout, by the way. He didn't back out heading into turn 8, compromising his run, and then he got swamped. But people just keep on saying he's no good. I think there's enough potential to warrant a second season. Not sure about a third. We'll see how the second one goes. His qualifying has been pretty decent though. He's about even with Evans and Jones in terms of the number of top 15 qualifyings, top 10 qualifyings, and top 5 qualifyings. And then we have top 15 finishes. Aaron Love is actually better than Macauley Jones, as is Jaxon Evans. In 2024, Jones scored the least top 15 finishes. In top 10 finishes, Jones and Love are equal, probably on 0. And top 5 finishes equal with lots of other people on 0 as well. That should tell you he hasn't been shocking, and I listed all the incidents that he had. Now, I only watched the highlights, not the highlights, the recaps, and then I watched the whole races of the Australian Grand Prix, and I didn't see him getting in any incidents. He did actually do a decent job. It's his rookie season, so you shouldn't expect him to set the world on fire, and he's also driving for the team that was expected to be the worst team on the grid. So if he comes 24th in every race, isn't that a reasonable result if it's supposed to be the worst car? Or what is a reasonable thing to expect? Should you be expecting top 10s? Probably not. He's not James Courtney. And speaking of which, James Courtney got, 3 top 10s. He didn't set the world on fire himself, but he did an okay job. 9 top 15 finishes, 3 top 10 finishes, 4 top 10 qualifyings, 1 top 5 qualifying, which is that one in Townsville, the shootout. 8 top 15 qualifyings. Aaron had 3 top 15 qualifyings and 3 top 15 finishes, which is equal to, actually better than what Macauley Jones did, but not as good as what Jaxon Evans did, which, that's fine. The race results are probably a bit more even. Aaron finished ahead of James Courtney in 9 races out of 24, fairly respectable. Then we look at qualifying, and it was actually 7 times that Aaron out-qualified JC. So that's not terrible. When you sign James Courtney, you kind of want him to be beating his rookie teammate. So that's sort of something that I don't understand about people, and something that I need to check myself. Like when I did my Declan Fraser video, you have to have expectations that who's going to beat this guy, and is this guy ever going to beat the other guys? Maybe they screwed up in qualifying or something like that. There's always a bit of a story. I think Aaron did a pretty decent job. He did a decent job against his rivals. Blanchard's improving for this year, so we're going to see some interesting results. Courtney and Aaron Love 21st and 22nd respectively. So ahead of Macauley Jones, James Golding, who didn't get to set his lap because Macca screwed him over, and Cameron Cricken last. I think the problem is these days that it's so easy to say, oh, this person's no good because they're always battling around the back, and I don't see them achieving these results. But that doesn't mean they aren't doing a good job. It just means that they aren't able to achieve more. James Courtney is a veteran, and we expect him to be qualifying in the top 10 a couple of times. We expect these things from him. Why should we expect similar things from Aaron Love, who is a lot less experienced, needs to refine his craft, as every early Supercars driver needs to do. I don't think people are being fair enough on Aaron Love, and I've decided to come to his defence. You want to come and tell me I'm wrong? Come at me.